21-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with Edmonds. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Williams. Williams loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's got his man here. It's Green. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. Looking to throw, Williams. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Right there in the middle, 55. Come to my work.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Buying time to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. On 1st down, Edmonds looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Williams now to throw on second down. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Williams operating from the gun. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
Here's Williams. From the gun, he'll throw. And he will take it in for the touchdown. From 4 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Jackson now. Flushed out right. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Gonzalez's kick is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Here's a screen to Powell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Jackson will throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again is Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because...
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Always important to get the first score the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And touchdown. A great play there. 84 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Operating from the gun, Williams. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36.
this was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson, he's going to fire one. It's caught at the 10, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. John Ross, 64 yards, and his guys are going to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. This one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now Williams on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Lucky.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tackle.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Odell Beckham, 38 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Williams on the crossing route, complete. That's Gonzalez. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Williams. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's got room. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Come on, set. Henry. Finish it. Bend it. Mike 9. Mike 9. Pick me up. Here we go.
To throw is Jackson. He'll run it. The 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. It's a gain of 35. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Peterson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Right there in the middle. 55. You run. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Here we go, G. Big ass.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And a nice job by him to catch this. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Lawrence Taylor, what persistence, and that persistence pays off. Tracks him down for a 19-yard loss.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Devin Bush able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
2nd and 1. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Tony Gonzalez, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, check right. Watch it,
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Rip left. Slam. Check 50. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But Charles, it's one thing.